Hey, good morning, y'all. I'm finally bringing to y'all Shots Fired. I want to first apologize for not getting this to y'all Wednesday night. As you're aware, Mother Nature kicked in here in St. Louis. We had a lot of tornado warnings and hailstorms coming through, so my TV signal didn't work for me. So I didn't give it to you yesterday because I wanted to get underground and bring it on at its regular times. So I'm finally finna do Shots Fired, and this episode here, this episode was good. Still trying to get that water in, y'all. Still trying to get that water in, y'all. So it starts off with an image of a bike laying on the curbside, and I'm thinking, oh snap, we finna find out what happened to Biker Boy. And but no. We're at the home of Josh, Officer Beck. We're at his home. He's looking tired, worn down. It's late at night. He's getting off work. He's about to go in and try to get some rest. And then out pops Jesse's dad out of the dark. When he comes out, he say, "How you doing? I'm Jesse's dad, the boy you killed." And he pulls a gun out on him. I'm like, oh snap. Okay. They starting off already. They starting off good. And he like, you killed my boy. I'm about to kill you. That's pretty much what's about to go down. And so Beck kind of talks to him a little bit like, "Hey, sir, I don't know what you're going through. I apologize." He's like, "My son was a good kid." He was like, "I know, sir. They're all a good kid until something happens. Just like you're probably a good man, but you're about to shoot an officer right now." And that makes him think for a second. That's all he needed, was a quick second for him to distract him, and then Beck pulls out the gun on him. So now he's standing toe to toe, gun to gun. And he's telling him, "Look, if you really want the truth about what happened that night, you can't do this. Put the gun down, sir. If you really want to know, this is not the way to do it. You don't want to go there." So he lowers his gun, puts it down to the ground, and he stands up. When he stands up, Josh starts to slowly walk towards him, carefully. Guess he's been trying to move the gun. And while he's walking towards him, he says, "I know the truth." And I'm thinking, what truth do you know? What is it? What am I missing? What happened? Do you really know what's going on? Like, is this really a setup, or were you there? Somebody came forward already? What do you know? I had to watch that again. Literally, seriously, I had to watch that part of the episode again for me to get a full understanding of what Jesse's dad meant when he says, "I already know the truth." So let me break it down. Break it down. Basically, what he told him, or what he saw in that moment, was that here we are in the middle of the night. It's just you and me. I got my gun drawn on you, ready to kill you. Nobody else knows it but me that I'm out here. Nobody else walking around. The neighborhood is quiet. And you still took the time to follow protocol. Even after I put my gun down, you didn't wild out on me. You still cautiously walked towards me in a manner that is most likely what you're used to doing. You're not acting irrational. You're still maintaining low tones. I see the truth right there. I see the truth in you, boy. I think this is dad believe him. I think he do. I don't know. Do y'all realize though, when it goes to the credits, do y'all realize that when the credits are rolling, that the police tape that rolls out is in the shape of the American flag? Only reason why I know this because my TV accidentally switched over to narrative. I don't know if y'all realize y'all TVs could do that. You can switch it to narrative, and there's a narrator narrating it. And she said, "And the police tape rolls out in the shape of the American flag." And I had to look at the screen like, oh my damn, it is doing that. Did anybody else realize that too? Okay. So Ashe is on the phone with her lawyer, and come to find out, Javier is fighting for full custody. She gets upset, and she's like, "Fuck that. If he gonna play hardball, I'm gonna play hardball right along with him. I want full custody too." And I'm like, yes, fight for your child, girl. But at the same time, you need to think about what you're doing. Think about the impact that this is going to have on Kai. What y'all about to take this kid through with both her parents fighting over her. On top of that, think about whether or not you are capable of really being a full-time parent to this young lady. There's a reason why she's not in your life right now. Think about that as well. What happened that Javier has custody? That's a lot of things that's going on. So I know you're upset, and I'm saying rah, 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 fight for your kid, but there's a lot of things that you need to think about, whether or not you really want to go through this fight. And what you could offer her if you brought her to your home. So I hope she really takes the time to think, but she's, Ashe is hot-headed. She is quick-tempered, which is probably part of the problem. So yeah, I just want her to think about it. I say fight for your kid, but like, when you fight for your kid, you got to make sure that you got all your ducks in a row too. You don't want to bring her into an unstable environment. You don't want to do that. Okay, so Preston tells Ashe that he's going to go for breakfast, but instead he goes over to the tour. That's the little area that Joey Campbell's from. He goes over to the tour, and he happens to notice the bike that looks like Corey's bike. Corey's biker boy. He happens to notice him, notice that bike. So he goes to, like, I guess to check him out. And he rolls up on this little kid, and he's like, hey, Corey. And it's not Corey. He's like, oh, my bad. And the dude is painting a mural. And the mural is of Joey Campbell. So he starts to ask him, what happened? As always, he clams up, and he rolls off. I mean, people aren't saying anything. Like, there's not even anybody dropping subtle hints. Like, is that how it really works? I don't know. I don't think I've never been that person to clam up that much. Because, like, you all know that he's brought there to prosecute the officer. So you would seemingly think that he might be on your side on this one, because he's after the officer, Although it's not the same case, but I would think maybe this bro might be on my team. Maybe I can help him out a little. I don't know. That's just me. Now they go back to Josh's house, and his wife Carrie is sitting there. She's watching the news. Josh is getting ready to go to work. He's trying to get the boys ready for school. It's media outside of his house, media frenzy. This is the day of Jesse Carr's funeral, and they're broadcasting it live on TV. You got the governor showing up. You got the DOJ there. You got all the news media outlets from nationwide. And I'm thinking, this is Ferguson all over again. They are taking this from the Ferguson playbook down to, from the way Jesse was shot, down to the news media coverage at the church. Everything is the same with the exception of Officer Beck. Because Darren Wilson's punk bitch ass still ain't been arrested, still hasn't been charged with anything. He's still walking around made fucking millions off of this death. The scrutiny that they're giving Joshua Beck would never be done to a white officer here in St. Louis. And this episode is just getting to me. Like, the DOJ was a fucking joke doing that whole little thing. Like, being a part of that shit. This right here, I'm like, yeah, Ferguson Playbook 101. Ferguson Playbook 101. It's like they took the Ferguson playbook and dialogue and made it to the script of Shots Fired. That's probably why this show is so relatable to me. So Joey's mom, Shamika, she's sitting there watching the newscast as well, the broadcast of them in the church. And it's pretty much a white church, but Pastor Janae is there, and they got a black choir. You know, when black choirs sing, they make you feel some stuff at the funeral. Everybody get to crying. You see Jesse's dad sitting on the opposite side of the pew. And I'm like, why they not sitting together? And Shamika's sitting there, and she has this look on her face like, where is this outcry for my son? Why is nobody giving a damn like this, or even a tenth of this for my kid? You see his obituaries all lined up around the TV. And I'm like, I feel you, sis. I'm saying that too. Like, what? Who's going to cry for the little boy? That's how I'm feeling right now. They pan back over to Carrie, and Carrie is sitting there like, they are going to crucify my baby. They are going to crucify him. Josh gets into work. They finally show him getting into work. He walks into the office, and he's getting all these little angry stirs from the other fellow officers around him. He sits down, and Officer Brooks rolls up to him and like, hey, bro, how you doing? Like, I'm here for you. I just want to let you know that. They do a roll call, and the whole room pans out, and the lieutenant makes sure he said, hey, Brooks, come on. He don't tell Josh to come on too, but so now he's sitting there, and at this moment, Josh is getting that real effect of separation and isolation. I said last week, I think I was tweeting this last week. Unfortunately, I didn't get the live tweet this time. I was tweeting last week, like, this is the moment where Josh finally realized that he's more black than blue. That's what I said last episode. No, this is the moment that he realizes he's more black than blue. They go back to the funeral, and everybody's filing out now, and the governor's coming out. She's talking. She's pretty much want to talk to Ashe and Preston. Well, really not Ashe. She told Ashe to stay at her butt outside the truck, and then Preston come in, and she's telling him, look, you need to get on the ball. What is going on? I told y'all to keep me in know. Why people ain't being prosecuted like they're supposed to be? Why you ain't brought that officer in? What's going on? Everybody getting worried. I'm worried. And he tells her, you know, this takes time, and she invites him to some function. He's like, his dad is coming to town. Bring him to. Okay. And then they pan over to Alicia Carr. That's Jesse's mom. I forgot her name. Alicia Carr and the dad. And they're standing there talking to each other. And this is when you realize that, because remember I asked why they weren't sitting together? Yeah, they're not together. And apparently he hasn't been around for Jesse. And she was like, I'm surprised you showed up. It's been years or what have you. And in a way, like I said, this is like the Ferguson playbook. But this is so unlike what I've seen with a lot of the black families. If the parents are separated, they come together. They bond up. And she pretty much gave him the cold shoulder, honey. I was like, okay, is that how we do it there? So they interview Pastor Janae on the news. And she's telling them, I just love how every time they put the camera on her, she brings it right back to Joey Campbell. I know we're here for Jesse, and this is a sad time, but what about Joey? I'm so glad the governor showed up. You know, hoorah. But what about Joey, governor? I love how she keeps calling her out. You better act, Aisha Hines, girl. You better act. Preston goes to a little local diner, and he talks to an older gentleman named Mr. Dent. Call him Mr. D. And he's trying to get some scoop on Joey. So he kind of like made a friend in the neighborhood. I think at this moment is when he decides that he's going to start looking more into Joey's death as well. He's going to take a personal interest. While he's doing this, Ashe is over at the football field with Breland, Bill from True Blood. He's over there with Breland, and there's a scene where his daughter is going out on the football field. I think she's a quarterback. And he snatches up this kid and tells him, you better make sure your black ass protects her at all costs, or I'm going to kill you. This scene right here, okay. Of course it pisses me off to hear him say your black ass, anything. But at the same time, it pisses me off that coaches talk to these kids in that manner. Black or white. Let's just be honest. It's black or white. When it's high school football, and especially in the peewees, have you heard how these coaches be degrading these fucking kids? They call them all kind of motherfucking names. But in this particular instance, because of the context of this show, it comes across so much more racist than maybe he intended. Like I say, I'm still not sure where he's at. So I'm not sure if but it's a racist comment. It has racial undertones. Not necessarily a racist comment, but it has racial undertones by signaling out that he's black ass. But shit, I do that with people sometimes. I'll be like, with his old black ass. Hey, I do. Hell, I even say it about myself sometimes when I'm talking about myself. I'll be like, my black ass, you know. So I didn't take it that way. I took it that way, but I didn't take it that way. You see what I'm saying? Ashe pretty much is questioning him about why the hell did he threaten Shamika. And he explains it was just a scare tactic to get her other boy to straighten up and fly right. Because evidently Joy was going down this wrong path. And he wanted to put the fear of God in her to saying, I need to take a closer look at my second son and make sure that he's not doing nothing wrong. That's what his explanation was. I actually could see that too, but you know, that's just me. I'm trying to be unbiased here. So Josh and Brooks are out on the parking lot. They're just talking about the case and how he feels. And another officer rolls up and he's like, so you want to kill crackers now? So him and Josh get into an exchange of words. Josh puts his hands on him. He touched him first. He puts his hands on him, push him. They get into a little brawl. And the officer pretty much tells him, watch your back, homie. Because these crackers that you work with, yeah, they're not going to be watching it for you. That's pretty much a threat. I've heard that with a lot of black officers, that the reason why they don't come forward on cases that they know are wrong is because of the ridicule that they'll get and being ostracized in the department from their peers. Like the job that they're doing out there, if they're in a tough situation and they call for backup, they won't get the help that they need, which I think is some fucked up shit. But so that's basically what he's telling Josh in this moment. Don't call us, because we ain't gonna come for you, for real. These crackers, we ain't coming for you, bro. So Preston dad's come to town, the All-State guy. I can never remember his name either, and I love him. I always called him Zeke from Love and Basketball. Y'all do know that the people who did the movie Love and Basketball, they are the creators of this show. So yeah, I like to see that they're filtering in, you know, some characters that they've used in the past. The All-State man, I just love his voice. Okay, so he comes in, and here comes Maceo. Hey, that's a chocolate brother, baby. He's a sexy chocolate brother. I don't even like chocolate candy for real, but this brother got my sweet tooth like, ooh, yes, go ahead on Maceo. Well, Preston get all in his little fifis because his brother kind of steal him away. I guess he got a game, and he want to go meet Cam Newton. I'm assuming that's what he meant when he said Cam. So he rolls off to the game, and he tells me, hey, you welcome to come. He's like, no, I got other things to do. They supposed to be going to eat. He said, no, I got some stuff to take care of, so I'm not gonna go. So we're pressing all in his fifis. Breland walks into his office, and his daughter's sitting there. She's trying to get him to let her go somewhere that her mama told her she couldn't go. And her name is Tess. And she basically said, Daddy, that statement that you made to old boy on the field, that was racist as fuck. And he was like, I wasn't trying to be racist. He just need talking to like that, because, you know, some of these players, you need to put a foot in their ass. He basically saying what I was saying, how these football coaches just they degrade these them kids. Ooh, excuse me. They be degrading these kids. So that was pretty much was the explanation that he gave. And like I said, giving him the benefit of the doubt, that's what I was saying that he probably was saying too, because like we don't know yet how he really feel. If he really feel anything different than like just the surface of what we're seeing. Ashe and Preston go on the hunt for who leaked the video with Josh saying that, you know, he got license to kill now. And their investigation leads them to his father's house, who leads them to his cousin Junior. Junior is like, that phone was taken from me over a year ago. It's been in police custody. So they go to evidence and get the phone. Kind of find out the phone has been completely erased. Like all contacts, everything is gone. Now, I know because I watch a lot of doggone cop shows. That's all they gotta do is take it to the tech. The tech can pull off anything. But we're not gonna go that far right here. So they go there and they find out that Brooks, his name is Caleb, that Brooks is the arresting officer for his cousin, for Junior. And he got arrested for jaywalking. And I'm like, what the fuck they do that at? Y'all let me know. They arrest y'all for jaywalking where y'all live? I know we get tickets here in St. Louis. If they even bother to stop you, which is so uncommon, for them to even stop you for jaywalking in St. Louis. They arrest you in y'all cities? Let me know if that shit happens in y'all city. I was like, what the fuck that? That didn't make sense to me. Ashe rolls up on Junior in the little club. And Junior pretty much tells him, so Preston ends up going to the function with the governor, and his dad is not with him. He didn't show up. And the black butler that rang the bell, that was holding the bell so the dude could ring it. I forgot who she said Richard Dreyfuss was supposed to be. I forgot. That was said in the first episode who he was, but I forgot who Richard Dreyfuss was supposed to be. But he's basically having this big function, $25,000 a head to get in. And he's going over his little history of how he got where he's at. And now he's got big plans for the state. And Preston and one other black guy, other than the server, is there. Pastor DuPont? Yeah, Pastor DuPont. They're there. And the guy is going on about this big development that he has going on. It's going to have hospitals right on site. I think he even said a movie theater, colleges, the best high schools right here on this property. And then this motherfucker said, our prisoners are going to have the best of everything here. They're not going to be recriminalized when they go back on the street. And I'm like, what? I turned my motherfucking TV off, y'all. I swear I did. I got mad as hell right there. If you don't know why I'm mad, research pipeline to prisons. And just, our motherfucking prisoners? Really? And Preston sitting there like, so uncomfortable, but ain't gonna say shit. And I'm so, speak the fuck up at sometime, Preston. Damn. I'm gonna ask the same question I asked you last week. What fucking side you on? DuPont back there. Yes, yes. And the governor is like, hey, I told them we had to get the unemployment rate, you know, back down lowered. And this right here, this is gonna bring employment and jobs. I'm like, fuck, yo. So I started watching again this morning because I'm serious. I turned the fucking TV off. I was pissed off. That's why I like this show. Something that gets me in my feels, like that gets me angry and upset, and but not like, it's not turning my energy. It just gets me. Yeah, I think you understand what I'm saying. They showed Pastor DuPont having tea with the governor. And I kept thinking, DuPont is in the sunken place. If y'all seen Get Out, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm thinking he really started drinking tea. He ain't got the little teacup, but he is there drinking tea with the governor, talking about Pastor Janae and how he can handle her, and he got the reins on the black community. He know what to do for her and shut her up and get her out of the limelight. Because apparently her little rant about where you at, governor, is getting views like crazy. She got 10,000 views already. She got over 40,000 followers on her, 20,000 followers on that, another 10,000 followers here. Yeah, so they need to shut her shit down. That just almost took me back to Ferguson myself for a minute. Who shut shit down? We shut shit down. Okay, so then they go to Pastor Janae, and she's leading a protest. Who shut shit down? We shut shit down. We on the courthouse steps. And she's giving a very heartfelt speech about us taking our power back. She's like, whose power? Our power. Let's get our power back. And DuPont rolls up on him. He thinks that he's about to take center stage, you know, put his face out there and be like, hey, I'm with you, girl. We gonna ride together. And yeah, she peep game on that. She peep game on that. And I'm sitting here thinking, these fucking pastors. And yes, I did use the word fucking and pastors in the same sentence. I tell you, it just reminds me of Ferguson. Oh my God, them motherfucking pastors got on my damn nerves half the time during the Ferguson protest. Spineless motherfuckers. And then think about it, all the goddamn black pastors who were supporting Trump ass too. Get the fuck out of here, y'all fucking pastors. Anyway, but he say, just for the showmanship of the TV, I'm gonna go and pray. Let's go and pray together, sister. So she said, all right. I'm thinking, this is why I don't let people pray for me or pray with me that I don't know for certain. Because everybody ain't praying with a pure heart. You don't know what the heck they really feeling despite what's coming out of their mouths. You know what I'm saying? So you don't just ask everybody to pray for you and everybody pray with you. Shit, they God may be doggone Lucifer himself. You said, pray for me. I hate to see people post on Facebook, I'm going through some stuff right now, y'all. I don't really want to talk about it, but I just asked about my prayer warriors to pray for me. No. If you believe in the Bible say be specific. So let me know, first of all, what I'm praying for. And then make sure that the people that's praying for you are coming with a righteous heart. Don't just have everybody out there praying for you and this old shady dude want to pray. So he starts off the sermon and she took over. Yes, she did. But did y'all see little Ludacris look-alike in the front? Little Ludacris look-alike was up in the front. I'm trying not to make this video too long. Oh my God, I'm already going over time. I don't know if my camera's going to cut off in 27 minutes. So I got 6. Let me see. It didn't cut off. I'm keep going. So Josh and Caleb roll up on cousin Junior, and he gets out the car. He said, "Hey, cuzzo, well, let me holler at you for a second." And Junior takes off, and I'm thinking, what the fuck are you running from your family for? They not in the police car. They not in uniforms. What the fuck are you running for? But Junior takes off. they give chase. They hopping fences and everything. And, you know, first Josh gets him a little minute. He gets him down on the ground, but he gets up and that tumble and roll, and he keeps moving. Baby Caleb Brooks clothesline that ass like, ah, you ain't going nowhere. So don't hem him up, and he's like, hey, dude, how that video get out? And I'm thinking we already went over this. It got into the police custody. Somebody at the police department must have leaked it, and he puts the blame back on Caleb, like, ask your boy, he the one that arrested me. Caleb puts it back on him like, dude, I deleted everything. Don't bring that shit on me. I'm quite sure you must have pulled it off the cloud. So at this point, I'm like, ooh, I don't know who to believe. I'm hoping Caleb is on the up and up. You know, we want somebody that's not of color to be on the up and up in this. So I'm hoping Caleb is on the up and up. But then Junior turns and says, bruh, I didn't leak it. But whoever did, I ain't mad at him. Because whatever you going to get from this, you deserve it. And I'm thinking, what the fuck you mean he deserve whatever he going to get from this? So I'm kind of mad about that. Yeah. I'm like, damn, sometimes your family, your worst enemies. So Preston goes back to Mr. D, and he's asking him to get information about Joey, and learns that a young man named Corey is missing. Corey, like I said, is Biker Boy. And he realizes the Biker Boy. He's like, what the hell? So he goes to the department to try to press him about why they're not investigating him. And he's like, what the fuck are you looking into Joey Campbell for? That ain't what you're here for. You're supposed to be here for Jesse. He said, yeah, I know. I had a few questions, and it kind of led me there. So I just want to inform you about this little boy is missing. He's like, don't tell me how to do my damn job. He said, oh, so you already know. He's like, all right, just give me the information. So he kind of got the Joey case on the books. In a way, it was kind of Corey case on the books, because he went up to the higher ups to complain about Preston coming to him with some information that he ain't supposed to be researching. So finally, at this time, Ashe is there with Shamika and learns that is another witness that she possibly knew about who gone missing as well. And I'm like, damn, all the witnesses with the Joey Campbell case are gone missing. Corey gone missing. Whoever this Kiana girl is gone missing. Shit, Joey was taken by the cops, you know, and ended up dead. Ashe and Preston finally get together and say, all right, we need to work together. And so they finally get on the same page. And they going out canvassing the neighborhoods, talking to people, and they roll up on this little young girl who's out on the corner hustling. And she drops some dimes that Pastor Janae got her own form of street justice going on. And it makes it look suspicious to Pastor Janae that she out here roughing up the neighborhood kids as well. She said that he was Joey was actually hustling. He was hustling for real. And Pastor Janae sent her thugs in on him to knock some sense into him. I mean, literally. So now they like, what the pastor? So now they finna go roll up on the pastor. But this is what I'm saying. We as black people are always talking about what we need to do for the community. We need to police our own community. We need to take care of our own. And that's pretty much what Pastor Janae is doing. I'm here for it. I am. You may not putting hands on people, you know, may not be the best method, but she is policing her own community. She's trying to do some street justice herself. That's what she's doing. I'm totally here for that. The captain, he's at Josh's house having dinner. Carrie done cooked up a good meal, and she goes off to get them dessert. And the captain said, I don't want to bullshit you. I just need to let you know that the police union is no longer supporting you. And he's like, what the fuck you mean? He said, I mean, you're not fired. You still got your job. Don't think you're fired. You still got your job, but they are no longer going to represent you. So what that means is that you're on your own as far as this case is concerned. You got to pay your own legal fees. You got to fight for yourself, and nobody is going to be standing there holding your hand anymore. That's fucked up. I think her in St. Louis, yeah, Jeff Root, old bitch ass, he would have did the same thing. Like, fuck yeah. His old, that motherfucker be making cases. I think he'd be finding black people to get killed in police custody. So that's this episode of Shots Fired. I want to thank y'all, like I say, for being patient. The video already long enough, so I'm not going to mention the giveaway. Just check out for this weekend for the giveaway in my other videos. You'll see it coming. And Shots Fired should be on time next week. Next Wednesday, 8 p.m. is when I record the recap, because it goes off at 8. So hopefully it'll be up on time next week. I'm about to hit the highway to go get my daughter. So hopefully I can get The Walking Dead up on time on Sunday, because I will not be in St. Louis. I'll be up at my daughter's college when I'll actually watch the episode. Thank y'all for coming. Like, comment, tell me what you think about the video. Tell me what you think about the show. If you don't even watch the show, just what I said in this video, hey, interact with me. I like to talk to the people. Subscribe. Peace.